What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Now today we're going to be doing something I never thought I'd ever do in this game, and that is use Sparky. Now if you haven't already noticed, I am only at 3,340 trophies right now. My trophy record is 3818, and I was there just a few days ago. So somehow I've dropped almost 500 trophies in the matter of a few days. I have done so bad in Clash Royale lately. I was trying out a few new decks. They obviously didn't work out. I was getting really tired of my old deck. Obviously it got me all the way up to 3,800, but I wanted something new, and that deck was really getting wrecked by a bunch of lava hounds. This right here was the deck that I used all the way up to 3,800, but as you can tell, it's really weak to air, so I wanted to change things up a little bit. I tried using this giant poison deck, didn't really work out. I tried using a few other decks, but I don't have them made anymore. Obviously things aren't working out for me. But then I realized I got Sparky a few days ago, and Sparky is a pretty overpowered card. He usually wrecks pretty hard if your opponent knows how to use him correctly. However, I don't know how to use him correctly. I'm still a Sparky noob, but hopefully we can go out here and try to get a few wins by using Sparky. I honestly kind of feel bad for doing it, but then again, I'm not using the Royal Giant, so I can't feel too bad. It would definitely be unacceptable if I tried using the Royal Giant in Sparky, but I just can't bring myself to do that. However, this is a deck that I came up with. I'm not exactly sure how well it's going to work. I did do one test battle right before this, so I will show you guys that replay in just a second. But besides the Giant and Sparky, we also have the Princess, the Ice Wizard, a Zap Spell, the Furnace, Fire Spirits, and the 3 Elixir minions. The average Elixir cost is only 3.5, but besides the Giant and our Sparky, none of the cards are over 4 Elixir. Actually, our only 4 Elixir card is the Furnace. The other ones are either 3 Elixir or 2 Elixir. So let's hope that I can learn how to use Sparky and get back up to 3,800 trophies so I can soon hit 4,000. 4,000 has been a goal of mine for a very long time. I was extremely close, but I went on a massive losing streak, and I was raging pretty hard at Clash Royale. But I've already been talking for way too long, so let's go ahead and jump right into the replay. So here's the battle that just happened. I went up against another level 10. I can't remember his trophy count, but this guy is using a Bowler, 3 Musketeer, and Lumberjack deck. He's also got the Miner in there, Goblin Barrel, a bunch of other cards you guys will see in just a few minutes. But I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys now, this battle went down to the wire. To start things off, he threw down his Miner to take out my Princess, but he also dropped down his 3 Musketeers at the start of the battle. To take out the 2 Musketeers on the right, I went ahead and dropped down my Fire Spirits as well as my minions. They took out those Musketeers pretty easily, and my Giant made it to that left tower and did almost 700 damage. But now he's pushing my left tower, so I went ahead and zapped that Goblin Barrel as well as the Lumberjack. But as the Lumberjack dies and drops the Rage Spell, the Musketeer is under that Rage Spell and does a lot of damage to our tower. So to make up for this, I went ahead and had to push back. I had to drop down my Giant in front of my Ice Wizard, hopefully to make it all the way to that tower. The Bowler does lock onto the Giant, fortunately for us, but he does drop down some minions as well. So my Fire Spirits took out those, and the Ice Wizard and that one little minion finish off the Bowler. The Giant is still on the tower, and now that our troops are done with that Bowler, they went ahead and finished off that tower. So now we have a minute and 35 seconds left. We already have one of his towers, but one of our towers is already so low on hit points at 900. But he goes ahead and drops down another level 2 Lumberjack. So to distract him, I went ahead and dropped down my Ice Wizard in the middle of my towers. He also has a Princess though, so my Princess is going to cancel out his. He drops down a Miner on my left tower, and before my Princess goes down, he actually zaps it. So my minions had to finish off his. I had no idea why I dropped that Giant there. I guess I was trying to distract that Miner, but it obviously didn't work. So that Giant is just headed towards that King Tower right now. He drops down a minion and a Bowler on that Giant to take it out. There was no point in putting any troops behind it because he already had that Bowler and those minions. But now in front of those troops, he drops down another Lumberjack, and my tower is only at 182 hit points. So at this point, it's not really worth defending that tower. I went ahead and just dropped down my Ice Wizard to finish off those troops right there. Now we have to deal with this Bowler though, and I actually dropped down Sparky for the first time just a few seconds ago. However, he counters with some 3 Musketeers that just got taken out by my minions and those Fire Spirits right there. However, they did take out Sparky before he did any damage to that tower. Now he's kind of working on my King Tower, so I had to drop down the Ice Wizard to counter it. He also has a Bowler and a Musketeer coming towards my right lane right now. I had to drop down a Giant on defense just to make sure they didn't do too much damage. I also dropped down another Furnace and those minions to finish off that Bowler and the Musketeer, as well as some Fire Spirits to finish off his 3 Musketeers that he dropped right in the middle of my towers. So right now we just got into overtime. That means the next person to take a tower wins, and my tower is already at 1,400 hit points. So I was kind of panicking right here. We only have 45 seconds left. All he has to do is drop down those 3 Musketeers in the middle of my towers once again. They lock onto the tower and I'm done for. But I do have Sparky all charged up right behind my level 8 Giant about now. I also went ahead and dropped down my Princess as well. He zaps Sparky to reset the charge, also drops down some minions of his own. However, my minions and my Fire Spirits do take out his minions. Sparky takes out the Miner right here with the help of those minions and my Princess. I went ahead and dropped down an Ice Wizard and some Fire Spirits between his towers. He countered Sparky with a Lumberjack and now a Bowler. Sparky just took out that Lumberjack and his Bowler, also locks onto the tower at the same time the Giant does. With 10 seconds left in overtime, we end up taking the victory. So that right there was a crazy battle. It came down to the wire with 11 seconds left in overtime. I honestly thought I was going to lose, but luckily Sparky came in clutch, did a bunch of damage, and we took out that right tower. So that was my first battle with this deck right here. Let's go ahead into a live battle and see if I can get another win with it. So here we're going up against DJ Razzle Dazzle from Firmly Grass Split. Is that an I or an L? I have no idea. But he's a level 10 at 3269, so he's a little bit lower than us in trophies. Hopefully we don't lose this guy and lose a lot of trophies. He's going to drop down a miner, which I figured is going to be on my furnace, and I was correct. So my minions are there to take him out. He's also going to drop down a poison spell on my minions and my furnace, which is not good for us. I'm expecting that he's running a giant poison deck, considering he's already shown us his poison spell. So for now, let's go ahead and drop down Sparky behind my king tower. 30 seconds in, we're already dropping down Sparky, and it looks like he has a Sparky of his own. His is actually a level 2 compared to my level 1, so I'm not sure what we're going to do right here. I'm going to go ahead and let them battle it out. Zap his minions for now, but he zaps my Sparky, which resets the charge, and his Sparky ends up taking out mine. And he's using the exact same deck that we are, a giant Sparky deck. However, his is a higher level than mine, and he has a poison spell. So let's drop down some minions on his Sparky. His Sparky, however, is going to take out my Ice Wizard, which is not good for us. Let's also throw down my Princess for now and save it for my giant as soon as we hit 5 elixir. Drop him down on the left lane. Unfortunately, the minions went ahead of him and don't actually do much damage to the tower. The Tesla will lock onto my giant, and the miner took out my Princess, so we're not looking too high right now. Let's go ahead and drop down another furnace after this lumberjack gets taken care of. I don't want him coming over to my tower and us not having any elixir, so let's go ahead and deal with him first. But let's go ahead and drop down Sparky right on the bridge. I'm not sure if this is a smart move, but we also have the Ice Wizard in behind, as well as some Fire Spirits that I'm about to drop, which will take out those minions. He does zap Sparky and my Ice Wizard as well, which will reset the charge, but Sparky locked onto the tower long enough to get off one shot. The miner did not distract Sparky, and we dropped that tower to 1,000 hit points. Let's also drop down our furnace right here. Let's go ahead and get our giant ready as well. We need to put pressure on this guy so he can't drop down a Sparky of his own. However, he's going to go ahead and do that anyway. Let's drop down our Princess as those Fire Spirits get taken out by the Tesla. We're also going to drop down some Fire Spirits of our own, some minions in there as well. I don't know if he's already used his zap or not, can't actually remember, but those minions do take out his lumberjack. However, Sparky will take out our Princess. So let's go ahead and drop down our Sparky, which looks like it's going to lock onto the miner right there, not his Sparky. So I dropped down my giant for defense, but he does have 2 Sparkies right now, both locked onto our giant. So down goes our giant immediately. His Sparky just took out mine, but it looks like our troops are going to take out the second Sparky. So let's go ahead and get in our minions as well as a Sparky of our own. Let's get our Fire Spirits ready as well. We also have our zap if we need it. His minions go down on my Princess, but Sparky's over here taking out his miner. But with the poison spell and the Tesla, I don't think we're going to get that tower yet. So let's go ahead and drop down our giant. I know this guy has a miner, which will probably be sending out my tower very soon. I'm going to go ahead and drop down my furnace right here so it pulls the giant towards the middle and not towards our tower. I need to prepare for this miner though, because I'm expecting it very soon. Sparky will take out our giant pretty quickly with the help of that Tesla that just went down. He also has a lumberjack, and now he drops down the poison spell as well. I'm really nervous about this actually, because I'm not exactly sure how long I can defend for. He might actually end up beating us here. Let's go ahead and drop down a giant on defense, but the lumberjack locks onto the tower. He does a lot of damage, and as he goes down, the race spell allows the giant to take out our left lane tower. So unfortunately, with 17 seconds left in the battle, we end up losing 36 trophies to this guy, which is pretty unfortunate, and now we're back at 3,300 trophies. So I'm not sure what to do from here. I'm obviously not the best with Sparky. If you guys have any recommendations for a deck I could use to get back up to 3,800 trophies, let me know down in the comment section below. I probably won't continue with the Sparky deck just because I'm not too good with it, but maybe we only lost because he was using Sparky as well. I'm not too sure. I'm going to go ahead and experiment with this deck for a little bit longer and see how I do with it. However, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you check out the giveaway link that's going on down in the description below. Giving away a bunch of iTunes and Google Play gift cards, so make sure you check out that link in the description below. But that's going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.